There was a moment in my life when I was almost someone else. Not in a dramatic way, and not enough for anyone to notice. But close enough that even now I can still feel how fragile everything was. How easily my life could have tilted into a different shape without ever announcing that it was doing so. That person lived closer than I like to admit, only a few choices away, separated from me by ordinary moments like unanswered messages, postponed plans, conversations that ended too soon, and doors I paused in front of long enough for them to close on their own. I think about him sometimes, not in dramatic flashes or grand alternate futures, but in details so small they almost disappear, like how he might start his mornings, who he would trust first, and what parts of life would feel familiar to him in ways they never did to me. The person I almost became learned different lessons, carried different fears, developed strengths I never needed, while never having to face some of the quiet struggles that slowly shaped who I am now. And that difference alone makes him feel both close and unreachable. For a long time I thought I had missed out on becoming him, that I had failed to step into a better version of myself. But with time, I realized that this thought only existed because I imagined his life without ever living through the moments where it might have cracked. Sometimes I wonder if he ever thinks about me too, if somewhere in a life that almost happened. He pauses during an ordinary day and feels a faint sense of distance, as if another version of himself took a different path and learned things he never had to. Neither of us was more courageous or more afraid. We were simply shaped by timing, by circumstances that didn't ask for permission, by moments that felt insignificant while they were happening and only gained meaning once they were already gone. There are days when I feel especially close to him in unfamiliar places, in conversations that feel unfinished, and in those quiet pauses where life briefly feels flexible again, as if it could still bend towards something else if I let it. I don't regret not becoming him, but I refuse to pretend he never existed, because denying him would mean believing that my life was inevitable, and it never was. It was simply the result of staying where I was when leaving felt uncertain. Every person carries these almost lives within them, versions that never demanded attention and never caused regret, but still deserve recognition for reminding us that identity is not fixed, and that who we are is only one outcome among many. The person I almost became does not haunt me or judge me. He simply exists at the edge of my awareness, quietly proving that becoming yourself is not about choosing the best path, but about committing to the one you stayed on long enough to call it yours. This letter is for the person I almost became. You were real enough to matter, distant enough to release me, and the space between us is not a loss, but the place where my life finally began to take shape. This letter is for the person I almost became. You were real enough to matter, distant enough to release me, and the space between us is not a loss, but the place where my life finally began to take shape. This letter is for the person I almost became. You were real enough to matter, distant enough to release me, and the space between us is not a loss, but the place where my life finally began to take shape.